Beside me here, I've got a 2026 Ford Ranger XLT with the black appearance pack. We're gonna do a review on it. Let me know what you guys think. So in front of me here, I've got a 2026 Ford Ranger XLT with the black appearance pack here in shadow black. Now this is gonna be the 301A package on this truck. So it's gonna be slightly above the entry model when it comes to the XLT. And I do have to say, it does look pretty good. So let's start here at the front. You're gonna get these C-shaped LED daytime running lights with LED lights. Now in the center here, we've got the unique XLT grille with the blacked out Ford badge there. And then as you can see, we've got this horizontal part of the grille here as well. Down below here, we've got your fog lights with 2 recovery hooks. And then we have that plastic air dam down below. But I gotta tell you, for a black appearance pack and an XLT, this actually looks kind of like a Lariat. I like the fact that they body matched everything here at the front, so it doesn't look like too cheap. But let me know what you guys think. That's it at the front here. Let's take a look underneath the hood and go over the engine of choice. All right, so taking a look underneath the hood here of this Ford Ranger XLT, we've got the 2.3 liter inline 4-cylinder with 270 horsepower and 310 pound-feet of torque, mated to a 10-speed auto. Now the nice thing is with the Ford Ranger now is you can actually upgrade to the EcoBoost V6 if the 2.3 liter inline 4 is not enough. So it is a nice option to have just in case you want that V6 in the mid-size segment. So that's underneath the hood here, guys. Let's take a look around the Ford Ranger and go over its options. All right, so let's take a look around the Ford Ranger XLT here. We'll start with the key. So you actually get a key with the 301A package and you get remote start, which is actually quite nice. It reminds me of the old F-150 style keys, but we'll take a look here at the tire and wheel setup. So as you can see here, you're gonna get a blacked out wheel. We are on Goodyear Wrangler tires. And the tire size here is 255/65 R18, so an 18-inch wheel here. We've got a carpeted liner inside as well. Over here, we've got a XLT fender decal here with a fender vent. We don't get a body matched mirror cap here, unfortunately. Neither do we get body matched door handles too, which I do kind of wish they did. And as you can also see, we do not have a running board there at the bottom, so you're gonna have to get one in the aftermarket segment. You still can get one from Ford, but in this case, this one does not have it. Neither do you get keyless entry on the front 2 doors, but as you can see, you got the 4x4 decal on the side. Now, as we enter inside here, you're greeted with the ebony cloth interior here. So it is a cloth seating arrangement here, which honestly, I don't mind on a truck like this, especially in the mid-size segment where you'd think prices could be cheaper, but they're not. But surprisingly, this one has automatic seat adjustments here on the 301A, which I definitely did not expect here on this truck. So you got lumbar support here on the passenger side. So that is really nice to note. Over here, you got a handle to help you get in. And then up here, there is no upper glove box area in this one, but you've got a slot to put things here. You do have that lower glove box if needed. You've got your cup holders and all your controls here, which we'll get into. Over here on the door panel, it's soft touch here where your arm would lay. You've got your door opener here, lock and unlock, window control, and then your speaker. Nothing here on the door sill. And let's take a look here at the back. So here's what the back looks like. So you're gonna get that cloth ebony black interior here, as we can see, with the door panel looking the same. Your door handle here with your window control, speaker, nothing here on the door sill. Now over here, you do get a USB-C and a USB, and then you got a slot here to put things. Now you do get a slight indent here for taller passengers, but not much. And as you can see, this one does not have a sunroof, but you do get a rear sliding window. But that's pretty much it for the back here. But one other thing I wanted to show you guys is there is a little lever here. What you can do is open the seat up, and then you have a little bit of more storage underneath here if you need it. And then here's a look at that back tire and wheel, so same dimensions here in the back. You also get a plastic liner here. And then one other thing you can see here is there is some plastic here to kind of help with preventing rust, of course. And then you got that 4x4 decal. So that's it for a side profile view, guys. Let's take a look at the back. So in the back here of the Ford Ranger XLT, we'll start right here in the middle. We've got the blacked out Ford badge, and then we have a camera right underneath that for your rear camera. Ranger there at the bottom of the tailgate with your parking sensors as well. And then here's a look at the rear taillights, which I gotta say, I think they look pretty good. Now, a couple things to note here, as you can see, there is no button to release the tailgate. You actually have a handle, which honestly, I like that a lot instead of having a button. You can see you've got some measurements here as well with 2 clamp downs here. Now, as you can also see, there is no spray and bend liner on this truck from factory, but nonetheless, you still can get that of going through a third party. But you do get a decent amount of tie down, so you get one there, one in the middle, and then one over at the front, and then the same over on the driver's side. So you get 3 in each side of the bed, which is pretty nice. Plus, you also get the rear sliding window. But that's really it for the back here, and this is a slowly releasing tailgate as well. So let me know what you guys think about the back here. That's it for the back tailgate. Let's take a look at those seats behind the driver. I just want to say thank you to Kitchener Ford here in Kitchener, Ontario. Go see my boy Connor. He'll hook you up with a great deal on one of these units. All right, so taking a look at the back here behind the driver, it is the same over here on this side like the passenger. So it's soft touch here, I would say only. This is all plastic. Speaker here, door handle, window control, nothing here on the door sill. And then again, this is what the seat looks like over on the driver's side. Now you do get cup holders here and a little bit of an armrest too, if you got two people in the back here. And then there's a look at the ceiling as well, with also the two plugs down below. So that's it for the back here, guys. Let's take a look at the front. All right, so taking a look at the inside of the Ford Ranger XLT here on the driver's side, we'll start with the door panel. It's mostly plastic, but you got soft touch here where your arm would lay. Window and mirror controls are here with your lock and unlock button. Nothing here on the door sill. Then you've got your seat adjustments here. So you've got that two-tone cloth seat. So it's nice that you actually get automatic seats here. On the left side of the steering wheel, you've got your light controls here. It is a telescopic steering wheel, but it is manually adjusted, and the steering wheel is leather wrapped. Unfortunately, there is no handle here to get in, but I mean, you have the steering wheel to grab to help. So that's it before we hop in, guys. Let's talk about the interior here. So we are inside the Ford Ranger XLT, and we're gonna do a startup here and show you guys that in 2026, we actually have a key. And you know what? I am not that disappointed, because it's crazy that you actually get a key. And honestly, I sometimes prefer them. So here is a startup clip of what the Ford Ranger looks like when you start it up with a key. So anyways, we'll start with the steering wheel here, leather wrapped here. You've got your cruise control here on the left side with your voice command and volume. And then over here is going to control your front infotainment screen. So you can kind of scroll through. This is going to be your menu button here. So you can kind of scroll through depending on what you want on the instrument cluster, of course. So that's really nice. I think it looks pretty good there. Now behind the steering wheel on the left side is going to be your turn signals, and then on the right side is going to be your toggle for your wipers. Now on top of the dash here, it is a hard touch plastic, and you do get this nice texture that goes across the dash. But you know what? Honestly, at the front here, I think the dash looks pretty good. You do get 4 vents, so 2 for the driver, 2 for the passenger. And like I showed you guys, you get this little slot to put things. Now here is your display screen here. I would say it works pretty well. You do get heated seats in here, which is nice for the 301A package on the Ranger XLT. You've got your maps here. You do get climate control buttons a little bit, so it is dual zone climate, which is also nice to note. If you click this here, this is going to be your car settings. So you've got control, sound, driver assistance, vehicle, and all your other stuff. And then this here is going to be kind of your main menu for your screen. So it does have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. You've got your navigation, your media, your radio, of course. So that is one thing to note. And then here you have your rear camera. So there is no front camera. You just get a rear camera in the XLT 301A here. And then here is your phone button there, so you can connect your phone with Bluetooth and you can go back to your navigation. But all your hotkeys for those are right here instead of going into the menu. And like I mentioned, here's your climate control. So if you push this button, you can, control it via that way. And then you have your hotkeys for climate down below. So you can either use this for your climate temperature or you can use it on the screen. So it's just going to depend honestly on the user. You've got your hazards and then your air circulation there. No wireless charging here. You've got some storage though down below. Over here, you've got your center console shifter. Obviously, when you put it in reverse, it'll go to your rear camera, and then you can turn your parking sensors off. It does have a bird's eye view if you are backing up a hitch. And I do have to say the camera quality is pretty good. Over here, you got your cup holders, you've got your parking brake, auto stop start, you could turn that on or off. Here are your different sport modes. So you've got normal, you've got eco, sport, tow haul, and slippery, and then going back to normal. So that's this button here. You got your traction control button, and then over here, you got your 4x4 settings. And then inside the center console here, you have a deep pocket if needed to put things with a 12-volt plug. And then it does have a really nice soft leather padding here. Up here, you can control the rear sliding window, and then you have your light controls with your sunglass holder, of course, with your rear view mirror and your visor. So that is really it for the interior, guys. Let me know what you think. I honestly really like this interior. It's plain, but there's some kind of simplicity to it that I actually love. You got a lot of speakers here. As you can see, you've got speakers on the A-pillars as well. I honestly do like the interior that is a little bit more plain Jane. I mean, as long as it kind of helps bring the cost down. So I'm sure you guys are wondering what the cost is. Let's go outside, give you guys my final thoughts, and let's talk price. All right, guys, so let's talk price on this Ford Ranger XLT. So for 2026, this Ford Ranger XLT with the black appearance pack is priced at $52,400. Yeah, it is expensive, I'm not gonna lie, but honestly, for today's pricing, I mean, it's not terrible for what you get in the truck. I'm even surprised they give you automatic seats on the passenger side, and it is pretty comfortable. But comparing this with other, competitors like the GMC Canyon, Colorado, the Tacoma, and then the Frontier, what would you guys rather choose, this or maybe one of those? Let me know in the comments what you guys think, and we'll see you in the next one. Cheers.